In the last video I installed these Maxpeeding rod coilovers on my Nissan 300Zx twin turbo. This end here was slightly lower than it should be really. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to raise this up another 15mm and I'm going to adjust it the proper way. So on a coilover, this here obviously is a spring and it is clamped between that and up there. Now that's basically tightened up, so that's 10mm of preload, so that basically tightens up 10mm. And then this one tightens up against that, which locks that in place. This here is kind of an extension to the spring, and this adjusts the height. So if you loosen this off, you can screw this up and down here, which basically gives you more or less height. So what I first need to do is get that off. So you've got a tool for that, and it will probably be tight. So I measured before I unscrewed that, so basically when that was down there, I measured from there to there, and that is 55mm. I want that to be 75, and what I need to do is obviously loosen that off, but I want to screw this down here, but obviously I can't twist that round because it's bolted on. But the top mount up here, that's got 2 bolts in it, so I assume that obviously that's not going to rotate, but the actual strut does rotate on the top mount. So basically what you can do is unscrew the whole thing, or screw the whole thing down into that. And what you need to do that is you need to make sure that these are clamped up tight so you don't adjust the preload. Basically you put your 2 clamps on here and you make sure that they are tight against each other. So now those are tight against each other. If you turn this one that way, that will raise the suspension, and if you turn this one that way, that's going to lower the suspension. Obviously I want to raise the suspension, so I'm going to keep turning this round. What that's doing is unscrewing the shock out of here and pushing it upwards. So that was originally 55 and I want to make that 70. So what we're at now, we are now, well, we're basically yeah, about 65, so I need to come a little bit more. So we're nearly there. So we are now, we're pretty much dead on. There you go, 70mm. So what I can do now is I'll come along, I can tighten this up if I can get round the control arm, and we are locked in. So wheels back on, not drop the car down yet because I've still got to do the to the side, but if I put that on there and I'll take a measurement to this line here, that is 75. Now if we come around the other side, which is the side that's not been adjusted, I'll take a measurement in about the same place, that is giving me 65. So before I've dropped the car down, I have a difference of about 10mm, which hopefully that's going to account for 15 once it's preloaded. Two fingers. Two fingers. I tried to get it off the drive and it was basically touching the wheel arch when we went down here. So I've had to raise it up 20mm at the back, just for now until I get the arches rolled. At the front here, there's a little tab here which is for mounting the arch liners, which I don't have in here anyway. When this wheel's under tension, i.e. when you're basically on uneven ground, that gets rather close, but that tab can be bent in, so that's not too much of a problem. This is the current fitment. So next up, these Maxpeeding rod adjustable coilovers. They have got a damper adjustment, which is basically this on here. It says in the manual here it's 24-point adjustable. Fully clockwise, that way is basically hard as. Fully anti-clockwise there is as soft as it gets. And it says here settings 0 to 8 is for race or track use, 9 to 16 is for mountain here, and 17 to 24 is for street use. I'm going to go more towards race track use because that's going to be harder, so that it doesn't bounce around too much and take out my arches or my rear quarters. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn that fully clockwise, because yeah, it's a bit weird, but that is set in 0, and I want to go between 0 and 8. I'm going to call it 6, so I'm going to go 6 clicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that's that set. So that is how you adjust your Maxpeeding rod's 24-point adjustable damper coilovers. If you enjoyed this video, please consider a like, comment, subscribe. Link in the description where you can buy these coilovers as well. Previous video shows me fitting them. Thank you for watching. See you next one.